Good morning, teacher. How are you? My name is Daniel. I'm your student from the pre-professional internship 2. This is my fourth video, taken from the lesson plan number 13. So let's see how I will create my class. The first step that I used to create my class was the informative data. It's about the information of the grade, the day, the team, the duration of the class, and the proficiency level. The theme for this class is the present perfect tense for second baccalaureate, designed for 45 minutes, and the professional level is B1.1. The second step of the class is the objectives, related to the objectives. So the students during the class, they will be able to accomplish these skills. They will be able to identify and follow instructions focused on the topic that is present perfect tense. They will be able to use the present perfect tense in the spoken language, recognize perfect tense while they're reading, and they will be able to use the present perfect tense in writing language. So we are saying that we are working with the writing skills. The third step is related to the methodology and strategies. So what activities we will have doing to accomplish these objectives? For the methodology, I will be working with 3 methods: the communicative language teaching, grammar translation, and nature approach. For the strategies, I will work with the whole class. Also, they will be making exercise with the individual by themselves and with the partners. So I will use these 3 strategies: the whole class work, individual work, and pair work. The fourth step is it emphasizes with the anticipatory set. The fourth step here, the teacher will ask the student to share some of the things they or their family members do every week, or every month, or every year. They have them to talk about the actions using complete sentences. For example, the student may share a question: I go to school, Dad does the dishes, my sister study English, etc. Write some of the sentence. I will write some of the sentence on the board verbatim, even if they contain mistakes. It doesn't matter for this time. I will have volunteers to read examples and correct any mistakes they notice. To help them, I can ask a guiding question such as, does anything sound weird when you read aloud? Yes, no. The final step is the main teaching input. To create a wonderful environment, I will make this little warm-up to create a space, a free space as possible. So here the students have to write down 2 or 3 things they have accomplished in their lives. When they are finished, they have to share their statements with the class. For example, one student can say, I have won a speech contest, I have traveled to America, or I have learned to play piano, guitar, I learned how to surf, I learned how to to ride a motorcycle. It's a crazy example. And this exercise can be done and add on to grade accomplishes. Again, or also play separately. For this activity, I will have my students break down statements about what they did in the past on a sheet, on a piece of sheet, on a paper. For example, I ate Chinese food yesterday. Yesterday, I have your students exchange their sheets of papers and add the statement using the present perfect and the word before, such as "and has eaten Chinese food before." Then I will start a discussion about whether other students have or haven't done the activity mentioned before. Once students come up with common daily activities and collect the response of the board, next I will call up the students in turn and I will ask them how many times they have performed this action at a certain point in time. For example, how many times have you brushed your teeth since last night? And the students may respond, I have brushed my teeth twice since last night. Once the students feel confident, I will make some question with vocabulary on the board and ask to the rest of the students, to other students. The sixth step is the modeling. Here, the teacher will use a big poster about grammar of present perfect tense. Then I will bring some examples and encourage students to give more examples related to their real context. Now it's time for the 7th guide practice. Okay, it's activity to create great ambitions. I will ask my students to write down 2 or 3 things that they have done yet, but they are planning to do. They always have in mind in their heart, and they always want to try. This exercise focuses on the correct use of the word yet. It's very important. Yet. Some people get confused with yet and still. So I will teach this. So together, yet, as I said, this exercise focuses on the correct use of the word yet, together with the present perfect. A possible answer could be, I haven't been to Europe yet, so I really want to go there next year. The 8th step is the independent practice. Okay, it's time to work by themselves. I will have my students to create a bucket list for this year, the summer holidays of their life. Next, the students present their bucket list items to the class and they have to ask their peers if they have done one of the actions they mentioned. Now to check my students' progression, it's time for the assessment. We are talking of the 7th step, the assessment. The learners need to be evaluated. So here I will have my students to move their chairs to sit in a circle, maybe a big circle, and one student stands in the middle of the circles and announce something he has never done before. All the students who have done it, you need to stand up and find another chair. If the students from the middle of the circle also needs to find an empty chair. The student that is unable to find an empty chair, take the next turn. So they have to be quickly. Now, if we see the whole class, all looking all over the class, my students, their faces, all the the specific ideas or in what part they need to improve. This that's why I have the 10th step is the closing review and follow up. So here the teacher make a review to the class. I make a review of the class by using the poster about the grammar of present tense, and I will encourage them to use the appropriate pronunciation and intonation. A little bit of phonology in this class. And finally, the supplementary material that I choose from internet. Here I use just a big poster that has all the information of my class or my topic, the present perfect tense. This is I choose to develop their visual and make them easy to remember that what I was teaching. This is the poster, present perfect tense. The S means subject. This is the formula. Subject plus have or has, depends on the person, of the conjugation of the person, plus past participle. Here we have one sample. I have tried sushi. Now let's see one more time this formula. Here we have the subject plus have not or haven't or has not or hasn't. Let's say we can use apostrophe here instead of these two words, have not or haven't, plus past participle. And look at the example. I have not tried sushi. Now look at this formula. This is the have, has plus subject plus past participle. Have you tried sushi? But we have used this present perfect tense. Okay, teacher, that was my material, and this was the present perfect tense. And thank you very much, teacher. Bye bye.